Monster Truck Challenge and Pro Arena Trucks. Hi, everybody. Ralph Shaheen with you once again. And this place, what we affectionately dubbed the barn because it has no walls and it looks just like a barn you'd find anywhere in America, is one of the hottest venues for racing. And one of the hottest forms you're going to see tonight is with the Monster Trucks. Here's the Dream and Dave Burns.
Thanks, Ralph. The Dream and I have been hanging out around the Monster Trucks down here, and we've discovered a couple of things. First of all, there is a stellar field of Monster Truck drivers here tonight. David Morris, last year's champion in the Equalizer, Eric Tack in the Bigfoot, Eric Meager in the Firestone Wilderness, and Dan Patrick in the Samson. And I understand, Dream, that you've been around the Samson truck and discovered something kind of interesting about it.
Well, not all these monster trucks are alike, Dave Burns. Dan Patrick has installed a little box up by his left hand. Not a manual shift, you will. It's like the Indy cars. It's right up by his hand. He can do all the shifts that he wants. Long runs might shift 3 times. Short track tonight, you look for Dan Patrick to shift just to let that engine know that it's a longer run going on here. Might take him to victory.
Now, he's also got one of the more interesting trucks, Dream, that big arm on the front. Where do you suppose he gets the ideas for things like that?
America's where he gets it, just like this choice grade A beef right here, the American Dream's arm, the Samson's arm's gonna win tonight.
Sounds like some pretty good information there to keep our eyes on when we get to the Monster Trucks. And joining me now, the professor of truckology, Mike Galloway. And Mike, how come when you do this, yours goes this way?
Let's talk about Pro Arena Truck, Ralph.
Okay.
Let's don't get into this.
All right, well,
I went for Wilderness. I'm jumping on Samson's back this week right here, I guarantee you.
all right, you've heard the prediction from the American Dream. Firestone Wilderness is going to go down. Samson and Dan Patrick, a 96 Chevy with 560 cubic inch engine, 1,350 horsepower, going up against the Dream's former truck of choice, Firestone Wilderness, and Eric Meager.
I still like him, but, you know, Professor Mike, let me tell you something, too. Well, you know, one-man operations are part of the game. And I know that Dan Patrick has not broken a transmission in 2 years, but I said, what are you going to do if you do? And he lifted up a box in his truck, and there were 3 of them just sitting there side by side, just in case. I said, who helped you change them? He said, I'll call you. I said, don't call me. Call the Professor Mike. He'll be right down there.
Well, I've been through that a couple of times. It's not as near as difficult doing this as it is in a 65 Chevrolet.
No, but you can see that Eric Meager, according to the stats, is pretty tough once it comes to obstacle courses, picking up 2 victories this year. Both of those coming on big tracks, Minneapolis and Indianapolis. A lot different here tonight.
This track is going to tear up a lot before the night, so it's got a lot of sand in it, got a lot of other things in it, but this track is going to rut up, and the longer it goes, the rougher it's going to get. Watch Wilderness.
Good leave by Samson, though.
Yeah, set it up right there.
Dead even. Still dead even.
Yeah, here you come.
Maybe a little bit to Wilderness.
Oh, man. Whoa, baby. Whoa, baby.
I'll tell you what, Samson had him in the corners, but I think Firestone Wilderness got off the turn better on that last corner, Mike. That made all the difference.
Oh, it was, and I really couldn't tell from this vantage point because those guys were so close. The other thing about working inside of a little arena like we are here, even though it's open and wide, it's short, and it's really tough to stop these trucks as we've seen tonight.
So Samson right now.
He's going up against Equalizer.
Gonna be a good race. Samson a little bit of a lead. Oh, Patrick's got it handled. Patrick is the man at this point.
Oh, baby!
Wow, he almost came right into our booth.
I hope not.
Yeah, it was close. We would have crumbled right down on top of him.
We are right above Dan Patrick Samson truck, and you can see how close he came to hit us. Motor crash.
Yeah, and scrambling. Me and you trying to get off here. Oh, man.
Watch Samson. Wanted to win this race real bad. Really has a good time racing this Equalizer, and he does it. And then he's got the front end in the air, and he can't stop it with the front tires. Good racing and good driving for Samson.
Oh, boy. Dan Patrick, great on the turn. Struggled a little with the brakes, though.
I'm talking about the thing is this Sandalome, as we call it, down here in Beaumont, getting close to Louisiana. You go a little bit further from Beaumont, you're going to hit swamp.
And that's not very far.
Swamp is right over behind us, close, down I-10.
Is that a street?
No, it's a big a swamp. It's about 2 foot of water run for about 100,000 miles. It's a swamp.
Could you spell that?
Swamp, S-W-M-P, swamp.
Well,
Or the U-M-P. Here's my man tonight, Samson. Oh, well, I got quiet too. I was yelling at you.
There's a reason for that too, Mike.
Yeah.
definitely. What that is our remote ignition interrupter. Those are radios that they carry, people in the arena have. They can shut the motors down on the truck. If the truck wants to become in trouble, they can kill the motor. Try to, if the driver's incapacitated. Sounding like Dusty now.
Here we go.
Oh boy, that was pretty close. Samson, a drag race winner already this year. Had a pretty good launch.
Let's see.
Yeah, he got off quick right here. Whoa, man.
Here, maybe. Huh, Mike? Onboard equalizer, watching the competition.
Maybe a fingernail?
A big knuckle.
Well,
Samson gets the win, we're told, so he'll move on to face Firestone Wilderness in the drag race side-by-side final later on tonight.
He said, we announced it, not official.
And that's why I said, yeah.
That was close.
Well,
did I call this finals before we started tonight about Samson?
your two trucks ready to go.
I mean, both my guys are here. Wilderness, my favorite truck of all time, against my new favorite truck, Samson of all time. And Bigfoot, my favorite truck of all time, as equal as he is of all time. That way I covered everybody in the pits, so when I walk through there, they don't throw rods and crankshafts at me.
I know, I'm out. I'm just whatever.
Here we go. Look at that shot. What a great shot.
Firestone Wilderness ready to go against Dan Patrick and Samson. The finals of the drag.
They're staging.
Oh, yes, Ford and Chevrolet. This is the way you like for it to end.
Whoa, baby. Whoa!
Who got it? Dan Patrick launched fantastic off the line. Firestone Wilderness, we're told, gets the win. Eric Meager has done it again. He got the wheel spinning first, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And that made the difference. Yes, he did.
That was a good call. Good race.
Firestone Wilderness got him spinning quickly.
Launch and leave, and a great job. That young man, he has really come of age in this.
Boy, Eric's really doing a good job in that truck. I guarantee that.
Eric Meager rocketing to the front of the sport of truck racing, wowing the crowd here in Beaumont and waving to them all as he brings the Firestone Wilderness truck back to victory lane. Hey, if you like this, check out this schedule for your neighborhood.